There we go. I am going to share my phone screen on the screen. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how to do some specific things and like walk you guys through some stuff. If you have questions as I'm going, you could pop them in the chat and I'll answer them at the end. If you guys want to hang out with me for a few and ask me questions, I would be more than happy. I'm just going to kind of show you some of the things I frequently do on Instagram. And like, if you're not connected to Instagram to Facebook, I'm going to show you guys that really quick. I do want to start off and show you guys this one thing that I've recently like figured out how to do. And I don't even know if you guys are doing this yet. Sharon, shake your head if you can see my phone. You can, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so did you guys know that you can like share your screen in Messenger? Like, this is insane. I had this girl recently show me how to do this. Now, okay, imagine that you're talking to someone that's a potential social marketer, a potential customer, or whatever, and you want to like actually like show them something like with them, like walk them through. Maybe you want to walk a new customer through joining. Like, watch this. This is so freaking cool. And I'm going to demonstrate with you, Sharon, on here. So you'll have to pick up your phone, Sharon, so I can do it. But you go to your Messenger, right? You go to the little camera in the top right, and you basically call the person. And I think you can turn your camera off once it comes on. So you have to pick up for me, Sharon. Did it go through? There we go. Okay. So if you don't want them to see your face, you can turn the camera off. Sharon, you can turn yours off if you want on the bottom left. But the cool thing is, say you call your customer and you're like, okay, I'm going to walk you through building this cart, yada, yada. Watch this. Pull the bottom up. How cool is that? You can click share your screen. I have to turn on video to do that.
I'm sorry.
And then start broadcast. And it's literally going to like show, Sharon, you can see my screen, right? On your end now, hold on. Share my screen, start my broadcast. Oh, it's because I'm on AirPlay. It won't do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm on AirPlay on my computer, so it won't do it. But you guys go and play with that and like try it with a teammate, because when you click share screen, the person is looking at your screen and you're doing it together while you're on the phone, like talking. It's so cool. You can watch a YouTube, you can click watch together. Like, see how it says watch together? You can click that and turn on a YouTube video and watch it with them. You can like share material. You can do this with 5 people. You can train people this way. You can like educate 5 people at one time, have a little party, share your screen and show them anything. So I just learned this recently and I was like, oh my gosh, this is game changing. So, okay, I had to show you guys that really quick. Sorry, Sharon, to put you on the spot.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I'll turn that off. All right, now stories. Let's talk stories. If you guys, I'm going to first show you, I prefer to do my stories on Instagram. They are prettier. There's more features. The layout's just nicer. So I'm going to show you how to connect Facebook to Instagram if you haven't done that yet. So when you're on your Instagram, you're going to go to the little head on the bottom right and the 3 lines in the top right. And then you are going to go to settings. And then you're going to go to account. And you are going to go to sharing to other apps, which is right in the middle. And you're just going to make sure that it's sharing to Facebook. So that's how you connect it. So I'll go backwards one more time in case you guys missed that. So main screen, top right, click the 3 lines, go to settings, click on account, sharing to other apps, and then just make sure it's connected to your Facebook. Because that way, when you create it on Instagram, it's just going to push it right through to your Facebook and you don't have to do it twice. So I love Instagram, like I said, because of the features. So I'm going to kind of show you guys a few of them. When you're on your main screen, all you have to do is get your thumb and pull over to the right. That's how you make a story. Or you can go to the top right or top left where your story is and hold your finger down on your little circle and you can click add to story. Those are the 2 ways to do it. So if you're on here and I want to make a story real quick, I just put my thumb on there and I pull it over and then now I'm on my screen. So I'm not going to make you guys look at my face, but I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do on here. So when you're on your story, first thing that you guys can do is obviously put a picture. So you're going to do that when you're in the bottom left. You get a picture. if I was putting up like something that I did today, I don't know, I'll pull up like this one, or I'll pull up one without words. Hold on. I have so many pictures in my phone, you guys, don't even look. Say we were gonna do like this, I don't know, right? I pulled up a picture. So once you're on here, at the top of your screen is your entire toolbar. So going from the left, you don't even need that guy, that little head, that's like a partnership or something. You don't need that. Then after that is the download button. So if you ever want to make a picture and you're like not ready to post it, that's your download where the little arrow is. If you want to add music, music's fun sometimes. You can search songs. If you want to add one, you just click it. When you add it on, if you click the song, it'll do different versions. Sorry. It'll do different versions when you click it. So it'll show you if you want the words to come up, if you want that to come up. When you're done, you click done. Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh my gosh. When you're done, you can drag it around is what I was going to show you. You don't have to leave it in the middle. You can make it small, big, pull it, do whatever you want. So I'm going to delete that. Hold on. And you delete things by pulling them to the bottom and throwing them in the trash can. Then after that, you have the option to put filters on now on your pictures. You can do that, or you can have no filter. The paper is the most fun. All right. So the little paper guy, I call him a paper because he looks like a paper. Top right, his like leg is folded up or whatever you want to call that. So this is where all the fun stuff is. All right. Now, location is like if you're going somewhere and you're like at a restaurant, a bar, you could do that. However, the mention feature is better than the location if a restaurant has their own Instagram, because when you tag them, sometimes they'll put it in their Instagram for you. You hid the music thing. Oh, you're good. So you can mention restaurants, places, people. That is how when someone tags you and you get an alert and it's like, oh, Sharon tagged you in her story. The cool thing is you can run Sharon's story in your story. When you tag a restaurant, sometimes they'll put your dish that you just took a picture of in their story. So you're getting exposure. So that's mention. You click mention. That's like Frank comes up for me. If I want to like type in my daughter's name, her name comes up. You can pull it around. You can make it smaller. You can click it and it'll change colors. Cool thing, and I'll show you really quick. You can hide it under things. So I can write, hello. Like, cause my daughter is 19 and she's in college and like, she's like perfect with things, but you can hide it. Look, so it's under there. It's going to tag her, but you don't see it. So you can put stuff on top of it. So I throw that out. All right, back to the paper. Hashtags, you can click this and do it this way, or you can literally just type them. Hashtags, I don't know. Sometimes they say it makes it more searchable. I do it sometimes just as like, you can hide. Oh, the music. You can hide it, right? If you hold it down, it'll go away. Good call.
You can hide mentions too, and it still shows up, or hashtags.
Like these? Mm-hmm. Like holding it?
Mm-hmm. And just move it to the side. Move it down. Move it all the way down to the bottom. Yep, keep going.
Keep going. Like off. There you go. Good call, Sharon. Yeah, so you can hide it off the screen too. Yeah. All right. So paper, you can do gifts if you want, which are, you know, if you want to have like raining money, you want to have a celebratory, you just search up the word celebrate. All these things will come up. You can pick what you want. If you ever want to circle something, I use the circle and the arrow a lot. So if you want to like highlight something, I'll type circle and then I'll do like that. I'll move it. You can like turn it, make it bigger. So circle and arrow are big for me. What else do we have down here? Poll. Poll is huge. The poll. Make sure you put polls on your stories. This gets people clicking. The fun part is you don't have to ask the question. You can say like, hey, do you want some more information above that with a pretty font? And then in here, here's my pro tip, and you guys can chime in the chat too. If it's something that like for the business or for products, like I never say no for that. Unless I want like a true opinion. If it's like, hey, do you like apples or do you not like apples? Then yes, give them the option for no. But for products, I just put like yes and like heck yeah. Because if not, people are just jerks and they're going to come and click no just to be rude. So I do that. You can, again, make it small, big, turn it, put it wherever you want. You can have multiple polls, I think, right? No, you can't. One poll on each story. I lied. So you have the poll. You could put images in there if you want. So if you want to have like a dinosaur or whatever, you can do that. Sometimes I'll do like, if you do this or that, I'll put that and I'll put like the down finger. So it's like you're pointing at whatever the picture is. So you do that. How do you change the font of the actual question? For this, you can't.
Okay.
Yeah, but so like when I have these,
Mhm.
like I said, so that you don't do the ugly thing on top where it looks
Yeah.
like meh, I just
Mhm.
go like this and I'll put like want some info and then I'll put that like above it. And I'll show you guys different fonts in a second. But I do that because like I said, this one is so ugly. Like, ugh, just doesn't look pretty. All right, so move that, move our poll. Questions are cool. I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't get like a ton of answers when I do these. I think people just don't like open-ended unless it's something simple. So you can use them though. They definitely, when someone answers them, you can repost the answers to your story. Like they have a lot of features, but you can ask whatever you want. Like, what do you think? Or, what's your favorite place to visit? I just recommend keeping it simple. If it's too like broad, people are like, I don't have time for that. Countdown. I just did my countdown to Cabo this week. They're kind of fun if you want to do like a Black Friday countdown. So all you do for that is click create countdown. You type in like what it is. Then you go down, pick the date of when it ends, yada, yada. And then it's going to try to make me do it. You have it, you can make it smaller, you can put it in the trash. And then each day, if you're counting down to something, like how I've been counting down to go to Cabo, I can just put this in my story. And we can do that for sales, whatever. You have this many more days. Countdowns are kind of fun. You have this guy. This could be, do you agree? This is just like, if you want to, your daughter drove you nuts, your husband did something like, whatever, put this on there and then people slide the little thing like I agree. It's just another fun thing to have fun with. Oh, good call, Leah. You can answer your own question in the question. Where would you travel? And then can I put it here, Leah? Or it's probably when it's in my story, I can do it. And then share it out or share your question. Is that what you're saying, Leah?
Yeah. So a lot of people will do like Q&A, ask me anything or whatever. But like for instance, if I do that, nobody's going to say anything, right? But you can go back once it's posted in your story and you can put a question in. So you could put like frequently asked questions about the college in or the business, like whatever your focus is. And then you go through and reshare that to your stories again. And then you can either talk about it.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. I love that idea. I do see people do that. You're so right. Yeah. So when people answer it, she's saying, and you see the answer, you can put that little box at the top, like what they answered or what their question was about collagen, and then you can answer it below. So I love that. That's a great tip. And for you guys like hopping on and new to this really quick, like stories are great because you can be spammy. You can really dive in and interact with your audience. They go away after 24 hours. So you can remake that, reshare the same ones. If people don't want to watch them, they're just going to click the right button and go through. So I actually recommend don't be super creative. Like just reshare stuff. Don't reinvent the wheel, right? Like if a story of yours performs well now, reshare it next week, and what else was I going to say? I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. I'll remember. Okay. So quizzes, they're okay. I don't use those a ton either. That's like, if you want someone, like you have to kind of almost have a right answer. If you want somebody to ask, like, how many kids do you think I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like if you want people to get to know you, I personally don't use quizzes a ton, not going to lie. What else? You could do the temperature. Pictures. This is another fun one. A lot of people ask me how I do this with video, but see this little paper guy next to the selfie? You could put a picture in the picture. So like if you were putting, I don't know, let's just put like one of my price flyers. I don't recommend putting prices in your stories either. But like if you wanted this on here, you could put like a picture. You can come back and put another picture. So like say you're putting this one. If you were talking about like how I did my results in my stories today, like I put pictures on there and then I put the font to describe them, which I'll show you guys how to do. So those are like the main features that you're going to use on here. I mean, you could scroll down and find like things that they're pushing and stuff, but all right, so let's go to a basic slide here. And let's just get like, I don't know, what do I want to get? Like, let's just get my food from yesterday. There you go. All right, so say you have this on there and you want to like put a pretty font on, right? So that is our next thing that we're going to use. You do have the squiggly thing. I don't use him a ton. That's if you want to like draw on it, you can. I don't really do that, I'll be honest. But if you go to the font, this is where you have all the fun. So you click the little A in the top right, and you could like write check this out. If I could spell out, then you have so many options. You guys watch. You have that. That's your basic one that I use a lot. It's on the all the way to the right. You can go to the next one. The next one. I'm just clicking the different fonts right here. You can go to the top and you can change the color. Super fun. See this little like dropper all the way to the left? If you click him, I can make it match my food. So I can go to the color of the carrots. I'll show you again. If you get the dropper and like it'll match whatever you're doing. And then if you go to the top where the A is at the very top, I'm clicking it. You can make it like that, like that, like that. You can make it so that it comes on like this. And then you can change your font again. And when you have your fonts, you can again move it around, make it big, do all of that. You can add as much font as you want. You can go again and add a picture onto the screen. So if I wanted to add, I don't know what I had on here, a picture of myself, boom, I could do that. Cool, right? So the same, I look god awful right now, but I'll do this with a video really quick. Oh gosh, I look so bad. All right, hold on. So if you were doing a video story, all right, ready? I look terrible. My lighting is so bad. Okay, when you have the video up, video is fun too. On the left is your video menu. So over here where I'm at, I'm on create right now. This is just basic create. I have to hold or I have to push the button. Sorry, I'm on the camera one. So it's only going to take a picture, right? That's create. Boomerang, when you're on that, that's where people do this. Right? Boomerang. And you can do that when you're cheersing. You could do that when you're taking your collagen shot. Layout is where if you want to put a bunch of pictures, and this is where I recommend if you go to change grid, you could do like a before and after, or like, hey, or this or that, or you could put an apple and an orange, whatever, right? You can go down to hands-free, and this is where Carrie creates all of her stories all the time. So I go to hands-free, I put my phone in my window or wherever I put it, and then when I'm ready to start recording, I try to think in my mind what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be talking about. And if you guys have ever seen when I put a picture on here, which I'll show you what I do, that is, I think in my mind what I'm going to do and watch the little ticker on the bottom. So as I'm talking, it's starting to fill up. Hey, check this out over here. And I know that like I'm still in the same slide right now because I'm watching that little red circle about to fill. You have 4 circles on Instagram. So I'm on the first circle. Now I'm about to be on the next circle. Oh my gosh, but check this out, you guys. So then when I'm done and you get 4 circles, so you got to talk fast. You have, what is it, Leah, 60 seconds, 50, 60, right?
60 seconds. Yep.
Yeah, 60 seconds. So on my first slide right there, when I go back, I knew that I was going to point somewhere, right? So boop, I pointed up there. If I want to go and I get my picture, which I showed you guys before, and I wanted to show like this, I'm just showing something stupid. I could put that there. I could put, check this out. And then I have that, right? Go to the next slide. I pointed to the other slide this time. So I'm going to get a different picture. I'm going to put that there. So that's how I do that for those. I recommend, here's a pro tip that I learned from like watching trainings. Put captions on stories, like either type them out or turn on the caption feature, which is, where's that caption feature? Right there. See captions? This, it'll actually transcribe it and it'll type it out for you. I don't personally like those. I think it's better when you actually type it out. I don't know if people read these as much, but it's worth a try. I just recommend have either you type it, have the short Cliff Notes version, or do captions, because if people don't have their sound on, if they're in bed, if they're at a baseball game, they're not turning it up. They're missing everything you just said. So put captions on your stories. So that's how you do your video. And once you record as well, so like if I was recording right now, you can totally save these afterwards. And again, you get 4, so I'm letting it record until it gets onto the second one. But you can save them. You can redo it. You're not like obligated to post this or anything. You can record a video on your phone and do it this way. I just personally like it better on Instagram. So like say you were here and you like the first one, you don't like the second one. If you hold it down, the little trash can pops up. You can get rid of the second slide, the first slide. If you wanted to download it, see again, at the top, you can download, click the little download guy. And yeah, I feel like that's most of the features. And then when you push it to Facebook, it's going to be the same exact story over there. On the bottom, you have filters that you can play with. Like this is my favorite filter that you guys always see me use. Love this one. But there's all different ones over here on the bottom. And you can add filters if you want. If you have other ones that you like, you have the option to put the flash on at the top if it's dark out. Am I missing anything, Leah? You're good at Instagram.
I think you got it all. I mean, that's basically it. I would tell people just to have fun with it, because you get better at it and you get more comfortable with it the more fun that you have. So
yeah, and I'll show you really quick. I know you guys aren't in here, but if any of you want to be in, I'll add you. I have like a chat for my team. It's like stories. So like in this chat, it's literally all stories. If you guys are not in it and you want to be, I always tell everyone you can go to just videos and photos and like scroll through all the stories we've ever put in there. If you ever see a set of stories that you like, see how all of these are dropped in at the same time. If you hold your finger down and click more and click save all, it's going to save all of those. So instead of just going on one picture like this and save, go to the next picture, save. If you see an entire bundle that's like this right here, you hold it down, more, save all, and it's going to save all the pictures.
Oh my God, mind blown.
Yeah, do not do it the other way. So that's a pro tip. If you guys are on here and you're newer, if you go to the top of a chat, like this chat doesn't have a lot of people talking, but like in a chat where you're like, damn it, I saw somebody talk about something, you can go to search conversation and like look up what you were looking for. Like look up biocell, you know, if you knew somebody was talking about that, and it's going to bring up all the times that word is mentioned in that chat. So just throwing that out there for those of you that are like newer and like getting your feet wet with this. But yeah, if you want to be in our stories chat, I know I added Sharon recently, and it's just fun, you guys. Like Leah said, you know, share, like don't reinvent it. If you see someone doing something and you like it, just go and recreate it, make it your own. That's what people do on TikTok all the time. That's how stuff goes viral. So if you see a story and like Leah does like a sequence and you're like, dang, that looks good. We all have different followers. That's why in a stories chat, I don't care if you all use the stories I'm using, because my people and your people, if they see the story on mine and see it on yours, they're just going to click through it on one end, you know? So it's not a big deal. And stories only last 24 hours. They are, again, at the top of the news feed. If you can, I say when you start a sequence, make it something attractive that's going to draw attention. If it's like a sales flyer, like, you know, things like that aren't going to get people to click. If it's something that somebody sees and they're like, what is that? You know, it's more likely going to have people like jump in your story. Like, I need that, you know, like this chick, she's cooking dinner. So hopefully that helps. Does anybody want to come off of mute and ask any questions or anything? Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, so I was talking to Jean yesterday about stories and stuff, and you know, she was thinking like if once she did her story flow, like, oh, I'm good for the day with my stories. And here's the deal, Carrie, can you show again like where when you post your stories how it pops up in the news feed, like how yours will come up in the front? So you guys notice that it's the same on Instagram and Facebook right there. So I try to post, I mean, some days I post like 20 stories, some days I post 5 stories, but I try to put it like throughout the day, because as you continue to post, your face will be right there where Carrie's is. So people generally don't just scroll through everybody's stories. They might go through the first couple or so. So you want to keep your face in front of everybody's story feed, meaning you want to be putting stories up, you know, throughout the day. So if you're only going to post 5 times, that's fine, but post like every couple hours or something like that. And people get notified that you posted to your stories, and they're going to come. And if they're just scrolling, then they're going to see that your story is the one up front. Like you want to be in everybody's faces all the time. And then the other piece I wanted to add is that you want to make sure that you're taking your product in your stories. Like you can be like salesy in your stories, like I'm taking my product, blah, blah, blah. Like I mainly just show every day that I'm taking it, so people get used to seeing me taking it every day, and they know that I'm a product of the product. And I'll put the benefits in there. A lot of times I'll do mine like as I do it kind of as a reel, so I can speed it up, but then I will download it and share it as a story and not a reel. But you also want to share about your day, like, and it doesn't matter how boring your day is. If you're walking the dog, like share that you're walking the dog. If you're going to the gym, share that you're going to the gym. Like if you're sitting around watching your favorite Netflix show, share that. So you're going to have more interaction, and you're going to have more and more people watching you when you have more than just Modere stuff in there, because people are weird and they want to see your life, right? Like they're bored. So it doesn't matter if you think your life is boring. They think your life is a lot more interesting because it's not their life. Make sense? So just post random stuff throughout the day. Talk to the camera, or if you don't feel comfortable talking to the camera, you know, if you're walking, take your camera and just show the ground that you're walking, like whatever. But the more you share about your everyday life, even if you think it's super boring and nobody cares, the more engagement and the more viewers you're going to have. Then if you like some polls, just polls of, hey, it's getting to be fall, do the leaves change where you are, yes or no? I mean, just like weird stuff where it trains people to start answering on those polls. They're going to be more apt to answer your polls when you're talking about the business or the product. So that's all I got. Thank you, Carrie.
Oh my gosh, no, you're good. I love that. And that's so true, you guys. Like people just get a behind the scenes look at your life. And even though we think it's boring and ridiculous, like people like it. And honestly, going off of that, like whatever people are engaging with, give them more of. Like don't like go out, go crazy. Like I got to come up with crazy content. If people are loving a certain thing that you're sharing, share more of that. You know, if they love hearing you and your husband's antics, do it more. Like, you know, entertain them, give the people what they want, and engage. You guys, like thank them for watching, thank them for showing up, like create those conversations. It's literally tons and tons of conversations. That's it. That's the name of the game. So hope this helped, and you guys like get your feet dabbled and get wet, like doing stories. And you know, if you have any questions or something's working, like let's share. Definitely, like I said, have fun and like engage people. Don't make it all products because people will tune you out. Exactly like Leah said, just make it all kinds of things. And the products too, like she said, is important because they might not be ready to lose weight today, but if they remember 3 months from now, like, yo, she was doing that chocolate spoon, what the heck was that thing? They're going to be back. So yeah. All right. That was fast. That was 30 minutes. I recorded it though, so I'll just drop it anywhere. And you know, if anybody needs anything, yeah.
Thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Bye guys.
Bye.